You know, you mentioned the date of this picture, and it's 1931, and that gets back to what we were talking about earlier. That is the year the Japanese military lops off the 3 northern provinces of China and turned it into a puppet state known as Manchukuo. And that's where the old history books always say, now what happens in Japan, you know, is the road to the Pacific War. But this is what's coming out. This is what things look like at home. That's a war on a distant shore, in a distant place at this moment. And of course, people's attention is taken and propaganda is coming out. But this is what he is choosing to depict.
And of course, in the short to midterm, the war helps the economy. And so it is perhaps lighting up the street lights and the neon
That's
signs.
right.
It's helping Japan get out of the Great Depression faster than any other major countries at that time.
Yes.
So war is in fact connected to prosperity and commerce.
A wonderful thing.
Yeah.
We all know that.
This is not an innocent place. The same woman depicted at the same time in the Ginza would have been a tad less suspicious, I think. She's dressed, you know, she's not in kimono, she's not a woman of the night. You mentioned the cosmology of this city. Where Ueno Park is now was Kaneji, which is a temple associated with the Tokugawa shoguns. But the whole city was designed as the old capital Kyoto was. And the northeast, where Ueno is where evil comes from.
That's right.
And the temple was there to protect the city from this evil that's coming. It's always been an area of mixed high culture and low life. And so I think he's being a bit daring here with this print. The lady looks perfectly respectable to me.
I used to love those old stories where they would say, this goes back so far, that the evil enters from the northeast.
Right.
So you would build a building, but then the corner that faced the northeast, you would take away the corner.
Right.
Architecturally, you would cut it off.
Right.
So it would block anything from coming in because the corner had been removed.
Well, he's definitely talking about moving through time in his annotation.
Right.
In the eras of the shoguns, the Black Gate stood at this site. The remaining pines do not comment on this, so how we can see through to the past, and that doesn't really go away entirely.